In relationships, there's an equal responsibility of both people in a conflict to resolve that. If they want to get together, they want to move on, otherwise you can just split ways. But you have a responsibility of self in that conflict. There's a part of you that's creating that conflict for you to resolve something in you. Otherwise you wouldn't bring that conflict up in you. You wouldn't attract that conflict, either in your friends, your family, your society, or the universe wouldn't give you that conflict if you didn't have something which is unresolved in yourself. Love people for who they are, regardless of their behavior. When you really love somebody for who they are and you give them feedback, that feedback is a contribution to their life. And when it lands here, you know what? You say, you know what? I don't like what you're saying sometimes, but the intention of what you're saying I feel. I may not like what you're saying, but I can turn around and say thank you to you, rather than me turn around and say F you to you, because it's coming up with a bit of a hidden agenda. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's look at feedback mechanism. That's the art of feedback. When you give feedback in your practices, when you give feedback to your nursing staff, when you give feedback to your associates or to your principal, give it in a way that that person can say thank you. Really honor that. I really mean that. That's exceptional skill in communication. That's exceptional skill in your practice building. That's going to create wealth in your business. Because if a person can say thank you after you've given them feedback, they change their behavior, you still love that person for who they are, my God, your practice will just flourish. You've heard that word, that person's so inauthentic, right? People have heard it. Why is he label somebody as inauthentic? That person's not really being who they are, not doing what they say they're going to do, and they've come off for who they are and they're resenting themselves. Internally, they're resenting themselves. And if they're associated, entangled with this person, they're resenting that person, even though they think they admire that person. There was a hidden resentment. Have you heard of people with hidden agendas? It's a hidden agenda because the agenda just comes out and it bites you on the backside and saying, where the hell did that come from? It's a hidden agenda because you don't like being in that position. Nobody likes to be inauthentic. Everyone seeks to be an authentic person. And when you come off your telos, you come off who you are, that resentment is a feedback mechanism for you to build up enough resentment and say, you know what, get the hell out of my life. Get the hell out of my life because I can't be me around you. I hope you got that. You got that, right? And that resentment is feedback for you to say, hey, you're not being authentic to yourself. And if you can see that resentment coming up, you can do something about it. But sometimes in conflicts, in challenges, in relationships, it gets so much, it comes at stress point, breaking point, that it's either a do or die situation. Yeah? Do or die. Either you change or I'm leaving, I'm out of here. You don't want to go down that road where it's a do or die situation. Because we'll go on to physiology a bit later on in the afternoon, and the sympathetic and autonomic nervous systems, how they relate that to value systems. But you don't want to go in flight, fight, flee, or freeze response, which is an animal instinct. It's not being masterful.